All right, is that any better?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So today we're going to be painting this model. This is a Stormcast Eternal. What's it called? The kind.
You mean the chamber?
No. The unit. Okay, doesn't matter. Anyway, I have my husband here too, helping me. So, because painting is not my forte, so he's here to give me some good advice. Okay. I also have a picture of what I want this guy to look like, and so got a couple brushes here.
But then,
yep, I'm wetting it right now. I'm putting some water on the palette. Okay, so the first color we'll be doing, here's Cantor Blue. Okay. Mix it with the water here, which you can't see. Here we go. Oh, it looks black on camera, but I promise it's just a darker blue. That looks good. Okay, so his armor is going to be this blue color. So here, out of the way. Start here, his leg. Oh, my head was in the way. That's not helpful, is it? So this guy's been primed black, as you can see. You know, then the sprue comes normally in like a regular gray color, which I don't really have a sprue near me to show you, but here, I got this. Like this piece here. There we go. This is sort of what... No, even that's been primed. Never mind. But either way, they come in a lighter sort of gray, like this bit of the base that you can still see here. So we primed them black, because that goes well. One black is a nice solid color, and by solid I mean opaque, like it's not very patchy. And it will go well with these darker colors that I'm using. It also allows for some extra shading, or some pre-shading to be done. Hey, Deku! Good to see you again. Yes, and his shoes need to be this too. Yeah, you can sort of see. Make sure you get underneath there. Okay. All right, so we need a shoe, and then I think not his shoulder pads. Shoulder pads are going to be white. We do want his... What are shoes called? Shoe greaves? Shoe gauntlets?
Greaves. Wow.
I thought greaves were for the legs.
It's all one thing.
It's all one thing. Okay, got it.
Boots.
Okay. And then let me flip him over here. This gauntlet needs to be this color. Yeah, my head's another way. What's up, nerd? Yeah. Painting my Stormcast for the contest at the game shop. Which is funny, we didn't know about it, and then I went in there the other day, and you know, our one of our friends, or I guess I'll say solid acquaintances, works there, and we were checking out getting something, and he was like, "Oh, did you get this yet?" And he just hands us the model on the sprue. We were like, "No, what is this?" And he said, "Oh, there's a painting contest for it." So the owner of the store it does require attention to detail. You should see some of the models my husband does. He's, you know, I mentioned on your stream before that he's much more into this, and he is incredible. Not only with the like attention to detail, but just detailing in general. Like, can we see all of this? Not quite, but this is one of his models that isn't fully put together.
It's not even fully painted.
Yeah, it's not fully painted. I was just corrected either.
Make a better example.
But this, I think this is incredible. And it happened to be next to me. Do you want me to pick one of your custodians over here on the jet bikes?
No.
How about this scar? He's not done yet either. Whatever. There's this guy. Aha. This is a custodian. I feel like this camera's not doing so great. Let's see if I can make it focus. There we go. But like, and the hair there. Look at this shoulder pad. Like, just look how incredible. This is
that much.
a little filigree. Well, I'm always impressed by your work. And I want people to know that my work will not be to this level. But it's, you know, I would say I aspire to it, but I don't actually paint that often or care to paint that often. So I don't think I'll get there, but okay, so I actually think I painted part of his gauntlets that shouldn't be, but doesn't matter. Yeah, I think the part I painted is supposed to be black, so that'll be easy and fine. Oh, you can't. Oh, I gotta refocus. I changed the distance. There we go. so then I gotta get in the crevices over here. Get the hand. Okay, so I think that's that. I do actually think I need to get in the sides here. Yeah. Trying to make sure. So he didn't come primed, but yes, we primed him black. And by we, I mean my husband did this for me. Yep. So primed black for the shading and depth that it'll just naturally give. And it goes pretty well with these dark colors. Also. Switch this around here. His belt thing should not be this color, right?
It's probably gonna be leather.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so I actually think I've painted most of his armor that I can see that isn't. Wait, what color is his helm? Wait, I gotta do his helmet. Duh. Okay. Sorry. My hair gets in the way. Can I zoom in anymore? I think that's about it. Sorry. Okay. I think that's as zoomed in as we're gonna get. So Deco, you said before that your brothers paint miniatures and things, but that it's, you know, it's not quite your thing either, but you know enough to know that ask if something's been primed or not. And then do your brothers paint like minis like for like Warhammer like this, or are they into like Dungeons and Dragons or other sort of RPG things, or what do they paint? They do, oh, Warhammer and D&D. Okay. Very nice. Yep, so this is they like the D&D stuff more. Yeah. They have these weird undead disease things for the Warhammer stuff because that sounds a whole lot like Nurgle demons and things like that, or Death Guard, but well, they're not quite undead, but probably, yeah. So this guy also is, so the not the faction, but the army he's a part of is Stormcast Eternals, and so they're from Warhammer Age of Sigmar. And then there's also Warhammer 40,000, which the other models of my husband's I showed were all 40k models, but this guy's from Age of Sigmar. And do you have any of my other Stormcast down here?
Somewhere.
Okay. Because I have painted some of these guys before in a different color scheme, so. Oh, what does his shield look like? Okay, no, he's got the hammer, so I don't need to paint it like that. Okay, I think that's that. Should I move on to white now? Because I assume I should wait to layer.
Gray seer is what you'll want for the white parts.
No. Is that over here?
It's in my paint.
Gray seer. I got it. Oh, do you have mixing balls in here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The paint doesn't normally sound like this, so I was confused, but... Okay, so I'm using gray seer. Before, this way we used Cantor Blue. If anyone wants to care. Pick up my paintbrush. There we go. Yep. Still, okay. I'm mixing my paint here. Yeah, that looks kind of milky, so. Okay. So let's see. So his shoulder pads, I'm just gonna mark it real fast. I want his shoulder pads. I want this and inside of this to be this color. And then I actually want this part of the shield to be that also. Okay. This paintbrush is very long. I think I need to use one of the more detailed brushes. Sorry, you can't see that. Okay. So there's that. Thin coat. I'm going to switch to a brush where the bristles are shorter.
Make sure you clean the other one off.
I did. I need to clip some of these stray bristles. Oh, you know what? We're just gonna touch this up later because there's no way I'm gonna be perfect not getting these white, so we'll just do it and then clean it up later. precision is not my strong suit either. But it's fine for right now.
Just take some practice.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. My head's in the way again. Probably should have painted his gorget. That blue color too. Yeah. Alright, we'll hang tight. I think there's still just a little teeny tiny bit left. That blue before it fully dries. It wasn't quite enough. I need just a hair more. I'm also using my phone for this, so I'm realizing the quality is not the greatest. But
I think quality should be fine.
well, I mean, it's not catching the details because it's not like a macro lens. So
Are you sure about that? Because mine catches details.
well, look, I don't think it's doing it very well, but that's just maybe my personal opinion. Make sure my head's not in the way still. Oh, head is in the way again. Oh, well, so the camera right now is just my cell phone. I'm just using the Droid Cam app with it. So there's some stuff, but you know, it's not my regular webcam from upstairs or anything like that. So I mean, it's doing a fine job. Like, you can see it. It's just not quite crisp. Okay, so that was good for that. That was the blue. Yeah, it's like zoomed in, because zoomed out it's like this. Bring the cam closer. This one. it's not. I thought that's what this would do. Okay, nope. I mean, so if I'm zoomed way out, it's still there, but thank you. I appreciate the progress so far that you like. But I think that's not too bad. We gotta do that gray sear again for sure. It was a little splotchy there.
2 thin coats.
I might not be at the moment. I'm not streaming in 1080p. I'm on a laptop. Would that be why?
No. Probably because you're using a free version of the DroidCam app.
Oh, that could be too. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I don't like that at all. No, these are terrible. All right, we're just gonna go back to this. That's a lot better. Yeah, that white balance that I tried the fluorescent and incandescent, and it made it very blue. So I just put it back to whatever it was before. So those things I can't edit, but that's at 1920 by 1080. But well, it's all right. It is what it is for the moment, I guess. First time streaming painting and first time streaming from this location kind of in general, so some trial and error. Okay. Actually, let's paint. You can't see this again. Where am I? Here we go. Let's paint the shield and then I'll do a second coat on those. Yeah, I've had plenty of trial and errors with my game streaming upstairs on my desktop. So that I've kind of figured out at this point, but streaming down here, actually I think I need more pigment. It is new, so we'll all figure it out together. All right, where are we at? Here we go. You know, I really appreciate having this handle to hang on to, but these models, you still get in like the weirdest positions sometimes to paint them. Do you paint the backsides of your shields?
I usually paint them black.
Oh, that's convenient. Okay.
Might paint the handles, but though you might want to do the backside on that one because it's very exposed.
If this looks splotchy, is it because I'm using too much or too little paint?
Define splotchy.
Like this.
The white?
Yeah. I mean, I know lighter colors are kind of...
You just need a second layer.
Okay. Sweet. That's what I needed. Confirmation and validation.
Maybe even a third layer that's really thin.
Yeah, I can understand that.
So build up the color.
You can't quite see. Ducky! Hi, dude! It's been so long! Yes, paint strim! Oh. There we go. Had to refocus that. How have you been, man? Whoop. Yes. I would say hangout and hobby, but I think that's possibly copyrighted by the Warhammer stream guys. So I won't quite say that, but it's basically what we're doing. I guess it's probably not copyrighted, but like I'm aware that that's what they say and that's what they call their streams where they paint together. So I'm not trying to copy or plagiarize or anything, but it is what we're doing. Hang out and hobby. Oh, you can't see. Yeah, I just met Deku yesterday, I think. Yesterday or Friday. Playing Dead by Daylight. Oh, my least favorite. I didn't abandon you with playing Hell Let Loose. I've played Hell Let Loose a few times. And you're the one who's not playing. You're playing Satisfactory or some other stuff. You goob. But that is how we met. Okay, that looks good. Let me get some more paint. Big blob of it. And then get a little more water to thin this out. All right, let's go back in. Where are we here? Yeah, I think I went to your stream because, you know, there aren't that many people streaming Hell Let Loose at any given time. So I think I went to your stream, and then I think you happened to come back to mine because you said, you know, trying to support fellow Hell Let Loose streamers because it is such a, you know, such a small community, at least for streaming. You're right, by the way. Second coat makes it much more even.
Yeah.
Oop. Make sure I'm in frame still. Or the miniature is the model. Oh, you can't see. You still can't see, but... Let me move this way. Yes, you can see. Well, a little chunky there. That's all right. If you are interested in like good quality painting, at some point my husband will be streaming his, and he does have his own channel. Oops, if I can spell it. Yeah. He did like a test stream, so you know, if you go to his channel, another plug. There's not much on there because he's done just like a test stream before, but at some point he will be doing this. So no obligation, you know what I mean? Don't feel obligated to do it, but if you think this is interesting, by all means, follow him so that when he is painting, you followed. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't want people to feel obligated. Like, look at this. Tessa's always plugging somebody else. but, you know, since all of us here currently stream at some point, might as well share the love, right? Alright, I got a little on his outer cloak, but it's K, because we're going to touch that up anyway. Okay. So now, second coat on the shield. If I plug one more channel, well, people better not come into the channel then who who also stream. I feel like that's most of my viewers, though, honestly, are other streamers. There are a few. Might look a little chalky there. Let me really clean this off then. Pumpkin bread? That's cute. This shoulder pad's almost... Oh, you can't see. This one's almost totally dry again. This one's drying. This is obviously still wet. You can see the reflection, and then this is starting to dry, but you can see the shininess. This is still wet too. So there's this. This shield, though, is definitely... Oh. There we go. It's definitely the most chalky looking. Might have done a little too thick there. But we'll wait, we'll let it dry, and then I'll do a really, really thin coat to maybe just smooth out some of that. And then we'll go over the rest of the stuff. Okie dokes. Alright, what was the red on this? Mephiston red?
Probably. Is it like a moderately...
It's pretty bright, but then it also looks sort of deep. Not quite a maroon, but like a brilliant scarlet. So I feel like Mephiston, and then probably shade it with something darker. Yeah.
Yeah, Mephiston, and then pair with crimson, and then probably Wild Rider red.
Wild Rider, it's so bright. Oh, that's for highlights? Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. So far, so good. What should I name this guy? What kind of theme do Stormcast have? Like Greek or...
I guess it depends on the chamber.
Oh.
We can figure that out later. I'll dig out the poor rule book.
Alright, well, I'm on Lexiconum, so while this dries, let me read some. Tempest Lords are a storm host of the Stormcast Eternals, known for being noble and courteous in everything they do. They're known to lead by example, using their stirring rhetoric to galvanize the downtrodden and oppressed to rise up and follow these noble demigods to victory. Their worship of the goddess known as she who rules, has taught them to govern and rule rather than use brute strength alone to pursue their ends. Sigmar himself told them that they were each worth 12 mortals. Since that day has been considered a mark of disgrace to be sent back for reforging before they have killed at least 12 foes. In contrast, if they have not yet fallen in battle, they are considered living saints. Wow. Many of the Tempest Lords being drawn from a line of warrior aristocrats that hail from the realm of Hish? What's that? Okay, that didn't work. Oh, the realm of, it's one of, it's the realm of light. Well, I could have guessed that. Alright, well that's cool. Let's go, Tempest Lords. Name him Terry the Woman Slayer. Are Stormcasts even alive?
Yeah, they're alive.
I mean, okay, let me rephrase. Are they human?
Kind of.
I mean, kind of. They just talked about reforging.
Yeah, well, they're...
Do they have, like, souls stuck in armor?
Complicated.
Of course it is. Everything Warhammer is complicated. Which is not, like, a riff. That's just, like, legitimately everything.
Look at it this way, just, you know, it's kind of like how Space Marines are sort of human, but not really.
Yeah. I think this is a sequitur, by the way.
Yeah, because it's got that robes and shit.
Stormcast Eternals are Sigmar's immortal warriors clad in Sigmarite armor, his vengeance made manifest, and his final gambit against the forces of chaos. This immense army of magical beings was created by Grugni, whatever, his 6 smiths in Sigmar during 5 centuries of intense forging. Sigmar then released them upon the mortal realms, their sole purpose to liberate the realms from the ruinous clutches of chaos and finally destroy the rulers of damnation. So, they're not really human.
I guess that's kind of human.
Immortal warriors, army of magical beings, who were then sent to the mortal realm. Alright. Anyway. Okay.
Yeah, look human.
Mephiston Red, look, I grabbed it. Okay, actually, while we're here. For the time being, Deku, I will call him Terry the Woman Slayer. He'll at least be Terry. How's that? Let me bring some of this out. That looks pretty good. Okay. Oh, you can't see it though. He has a handsome young woman slaying name. It did say magical creatures. There are like female version. There are female Stormcast Eternals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought too. You can't see, I'm sorry. Oh, hi Griffin. No, I'm painting this myself. I don't paint often, so I don't have that many models actually painted. But I'm currently doing this. I will say it was assembled and primed by my husband though. I will not take any credit for that. I've never assembled a single unit actually.
Hey, you want to start now?
No. I've taken them off sprues, but that's about it. So.
I got 30 orc boys here that could use assembling.
No, definitely not your orcs. I mean, I support your creation of the army, but I absolutely am not interested.
What? They're easy.
Okay. Just a touch more water. Just a touch more paint. Okay. Let's see if we can. Oh, you can't see. Here we go. Let's see if I can smooth this out. Well, so far so good. Get out of there, air bubbles. No. Well.
Air bubble.
Alright, I think I'm going to make that worse if I keep going. So, we're going to leave that. Clean off the brush. Do my best to straighten. Where are we at? The tip back out. Sort of. There. There's still some stray bristles here, though. Yeah, it's as pointy as I think I'm gonna get it. But looking good so far. Focus again. There we go. I think maybe I'll just try and do the line on the back of the shield.
What do you mean the line?
Like,
you mean the border?
Yeah, it's a line.
It's a border, but yeah. And keep the rest black.
Yeah. All right. So now I'm gonna take Mephiston red. Oh, you can't. There we go. Mephiston red. And we're gonna do his outer cloak and his whatever that thing is. The drapey thing.
The drapey thing.
Yeah, that's how I'm describing it. The drapey thing.
I don't know what you mean by drapey thing.
Okay, I'll show you in just a minute. Let me get some paint. I like to take from the top of the pot there. I'm definitely going to need more though, so. Alright. I think that's enough. Spread this out. Get some water. There we go. Okay. Even the little lines, right?
The lines.
Because that's just folds in the robe, right? That I'll like highlight later.
What are you painting red?
The secondary robe.
Oh.
Like his actual robe, I guess. And then there's like the...
Is it like the underside of the robe?
No. It's the actual robe. I think they're just folds and I think I just have to highlight them.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to say.
The robes are supposed to be white, correct?
I'll show you the picture that I'm using for reference. I don't know how dry that is, so I'm actually going to try and not go over the white just yet. Because the last thing I want to do is mix my stuff right now. That's not a goal. Actually, though, let me do... you know those like leather looking things with like a grommet that like your Roman guys used to wear? Right. That was my sign language. And by sign language, I mean my gestures. Which is not sign language, but my gestures are not helping.
You gotta work on your descriptive.
These things.
Okay, can you not point at it with the brush?
Yeah, you guys can see that.
Does it look like it's metal?
On the picture, it's also red.
Okay, then we put it red.
But I just don't know what that's called. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't know what it's really called either.
Okay. This bit of decorative and maybe protective stuff. I'm sure it actually has a function. I just don't know what it is. I'm going to try and do as much of this as possible. One, before my phone battery dies. You guys can't see that. And then two, you know, it says this is a painting contest. It has to be done by the end of the month. So this is also not something I can, like, just put off if I get bored. So that's why I'm trying to do a whole bunch. Okay. So let's do this. I think this is dry now. You can sort of see. Sorry. I know I can't, like, hear you guys, but absolutely feel free to be like, yo, we can't see. When I put my head in the way, or anytime I'm painting and it's, like, out of frame. You know, I try to do my best to look every once in a while to make sure, but, you know, I'm human. So especially if I'm trying to talk about some detail and you're like, Tessa, I have no idea what you're saying because I can't see. Oh. So, Deku. So yeah, it's a Stormcast Eternal from Warhammer Age of Sigmar. And the Chamber, which is the Age of Sigmar version of the Legion, are Tempest Lords. Thank you, Deku. I will give most of the credit to my husband for teaching me, and the few painting you can't see that again. The few painting streams I have watched and do watch sometimes. I have a couple of models I'm actually really proud of. Like, when I was painting other Stormcast Eternals in the past, I have one big guy that I'm actually really proud of. And I think he's not down here, else I would show you because I'm... Do you have my Eldar down here, Brendan? Or anything? Like, do you have my big guy that I'm happy about, or do you have Eldrad? Because he's the other model I'm really proud of.
Somewhere.
They're somewhere down here. Alright, I need more paint because his cloak is big. But yeah, these are Tempest Lords, and I'll be honest, I don't remember what I painted my other. I think Celestials is the type of model, so I don't remember what I painted my original Stormcast. Nope. Still can't see. Sometimes Again, I moved the camera down like Deku suggested, so I think my head's not going to get in the way as much as it was before. Sometimes you just got to get really in close for some of these. Sometimes it's for details, and sometimes it's so you don't get paint on other stuff, like so. I'm trying to get, let's see, in the recess down here. So pardon me, I'm pretty sure my arm is going to block everything. You can kind of see there. Oh. The kitties, I hear them upstairs. They're meowing because they're not allowed down here. Our cats are Bjorn and Sigrid, and I guarantee that's Siggy. It's definitely her. She's like, meow, please, I want to be with you. Oh my god, she sounds so pitiful. Correct, Grayfin. So 40k is, the 41st millennium. And Age of Sigmar is, well, to be fair, I guess we're not really sure if it's before.
No, it's after fantasy.
It's I meant before 40k.
It's not related to 40k whatsoever.
Okay. Well, a long time ago, there was Warhammer Fantasy, which, is very similar to 40k in terms of like chaos versus good versus light versus destruction versus order versus whatever. And then at some point in time, it got rebranded. It's a lot of the same stuff, but it got rebranded to be called Age of Sigmar. Rebooted. Oh, sorry. Okay. And B, correct me. Oh, you do? You have the original Warhammer Fantasy guidebook. Okay. So you're relatively familiar then. Was Sigmar part of fantasy too?
Yeah, he was the god of...
Well, that's what I was going to say. He's basically like the emperor, if you were to make comparisons.
Yeah.
From 40k to Age of Sigmar. Yeah. Okay. Perfecto. So yeah, this is... Stormcast Eternals are part of Order. Yes. Okay. In Age of Sigmar. I also definitely bailed on them and didn't paint them much. I also have some Ideneth Deepkin, which you learned something new. I see what you did there. That's funny. Oh, whoops. I got this whole underside here that I didn't do. Here we go. Yep. Anyway, I have some Deepkin. And they are also part of Order.
Yeah.
But they're like fish people?
They're sea elves.
Sorry, I stand corrected. They are sea elves. That like were sort of forced out of their, if I remember lore at all. Here's the real generic version. Or the really paraphrased version. They were sort of driven out of their natural and original home, and so they basically moved into the sea and sort of adapted real quickly.
No, you're wrong.
Well, they were forced into the ocean, like the seas.
I mean...
They didn't, like, always live there.
It's complicated.
Yeah, that's the response to everything. That's why I said the really paraphrased version. But either way, they are elves and they live in the sea and they come out when they need to fight, or if someone tries to...
They raid and take their souls.
Well, that sounds not very ordery, but...
Order also has Marathi.
Well, like the conversation we had the other day with our friend. With her not being real nice to Sigmar. Who knows how long they'll be order with the Daughters of Cain. No, we're not still doing the Warhammer RPG. As with many times when you're doing an RPG, you know, we had it going and we had friends, and then stuff came up and it just got sort of pushed back for a little bit. So then we basically decided to just take a break until people felt like they really wanted to or could make that commitment again. And you would think the pandemic honestly would have like made people be able to commit more because we couldn't go anywhere and do stuff, but it just didn't work out. So
I would love to.
I know. You know, I like being inclusive too, but I honestly think the smaller group we have, the better, because then there's just less variables of who can show up and who can't. You know? Look at that cloak. It's looking so good. I think I need some more water, though. There we go.
Be sure to clean your brush every once in a while.
Oh. Let me get a look. I think that's his belt. Oh, I was supposed to paint that white too. Oh, dang, I missed it. Oh well. Let's see if I can get back in here. Let's see if I can tilt it so you can see better. Back in here, further in here, because I can see. Oh, there we go. I can see in. Can I turn this a little? I guess not very well for you guys, but I can see back here that there's more cloak, robes, whatever that I didn't get, but it's also like behind his shield, so like who's gonna like turn it at this angle and be like, you didn't paint his butt? Like, no one.
I will, but
yeah, but you are much more serious about this hobby than almost anyone else I know. But it is a painting contest, so
there you go.
I will keep that in mind. That I shouldn't. Yes, Deku, exactly, but it's a contest. I should not half do this. I should attempt to get it all. So. That was like, who are you watching where they painted the inside of the tanks?
There's a whole subreddit on hidden painted exteriors.
Interiors?
In area. Okay. It was enlightening.
So yeah, apparently there's a subreddit. Let's make it focus again. For vehicles, which are actually pretty large. Of like people who decided to also paint the inside of it. Like I assume before they even assembled it, it must be just to like really live the fantasy and have that like immersion and be like, oh, pop open the top. Guess what? The entire inside was painted.
Some of them actually sealed it shut.
Like they took pictures and they were like, look, here I painted the inside. Now,
yep,
you'll never see it again.
Correct.
I mean, I get it, but also like, why? Why? You know, until this very moment, looking at the model, I did not actually realize that this is like red, white, and blue. Like my brain registered it, but not in terms of like America
Stormcast America.
or, you know, a million other countries. Russia. You should have made Stormcast Russians instead of your orcs.
No, the orcs are going to be Russians.
But this is looking very like, let's go USA right now. That's alright. That's good. We're looking good. Captain Eternal. Yes. Okay. I think this is all the red I need. It's just his robes. And then whatever this is. So let me do another once over and find some spots where maybe I can use a little more. Try to get back in there. I think I did most of this though. Actually, I literally don't think I can get some of this because the shield was attached. But it's okay. All right, let's wash this off.
One knob can have a cyborg body.
Cyborg? Like cyborg orc? Oh my. So recently my husband and I have been watching, so we like to watch Russian car fails just because it's bonkers, like the craziness that happens over there, like just either people not paying attention or not caring, or I don't even know what.
Both.
Lack of safety.
Drunk.
Yeah, any which thing. But either way, it started with that, and then we also found some other videos on YouTube called like Meanwhile in Russia. I think this is too liquidy. Let's see. Yes, Griffin, like the dashboard cams, exactly. That's exactly what we started with. And then we found Meanwhile in Russia ones, which is like your everyday sort of Russian people doing just whatever is odd and interesting. And so we've seen a guy with a truck that was coal powered. And we saw this other person took a motorcycle with a sidecar, and they turned the sidecar into like a stage where they had a drum set mounted on it. And they must have had a power source for the electric guitar, because the person who was filming it was in a car next to him, and this guy's driving a motorcycle. In the sidecar is his friend playing the drums, and the person riding on the back seat was playing the electric guitar, and like you could hear it, and it was crazy. So all of that sort of like crazy, dangerous, oddball, maybe very unsafe, but still innovative, I would say, sort of inspired him to make an orc army based on Russians, because the orcs also kind of take whatever they can find and make the best out of it, or like patch things up with whatever is handy and like whatever works. So that was the long version of what he's doing. But yeah, this is a little milky, but Graven said he was watching this Russian YouTube series of a slender powerlifter pretending to be an old guy and then going to gyms and freaking out the trainers. And that it was hilarious to watch. That sounds like something I would enjoy watching too. This is a little milky. Yeah, it's too wet actually. So I need a little more pigment added. Paint. I think that's a bit better. Let's see if I can. Oh. Ugh, this is one of those things where I don't want to get it on the blue gorget that I painted. Or these shoulder pads, but I gotta get some details in there, so. Hold on, I gotta lean in closer. Okay. We did that side okay. You can't see this though. Oh, my nails aren't long anymore. Let me take this brush. There, I feel like that cleanup worked out really well. Okay. Helicopter? Maybe going to the hospital. Okay. Looking good. What is that supposed to be?
What?
Is it supposed to be more blue? I can't show you from this distance. You'll be like, I don't know what that is. So, like, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be leather and sort of like an attachment to his belt. Let's see. How do I do this? So, you guys can see this this part here that's between the blue armor and the white. This isn't a loincloth. What would you call this long center front thing?
A tabard.
A tabard, there you go. A tabard. But anyway, this piece here that you can see is black, which is, so it's still primed. But this piece in between the tabard and the armor, I don't know if that's also supposed to be blue like the armor, or if that attaches, if that's like part of, oh, you can't see again, if that's part of his belt up in here. So, I don't know. That's probably not really helping it, but I want it to dry faster before the paint dries, like before the paint on this wet palette dries. It's not there yet, but I need to give it. Pigment. You can't see, I'm sorry. A surcoat. Yeah, that's an appropriate term too, I think. Taking paint away now. Alright, leave it, leave it, leave it. I'm doing more harm now, so. Okay. Oh, goodness. All right, so surprisingly, I think this guy doesn't have gold. I think all of his accents are silver.
Lead Belcher.
Yeah. Oh, oh, I thought it was stuck to the table. It's stuck in the tray. Gross, man. Looks like corrosion. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. Or, let's see here. Oh no, that's not even Lead Belcher. That's Iron Hands Steel.
I mean, I guess if you want a brighter silver.
I do. I do want a brighter silver.
Then Iron Hands Steel is
Okay.
the way to go.
There we go. I do want it brighter than the Lead Belcher. Please and thank you. Which, for all you folks at home, they actually look the same on camera. That's the caveat, on camera. But I don't think I need too much because he doesn't actually have a lot. So I think that's enough for now. Deku, you're at Mount Everest, huh? Is that because of how I did this? Like, you're so high up, you're looking down on the model? Yeah. I'm gonna say his weapon should be silver too.
Except not the haft. The handle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So where are we at? Over here. Oh, it's got such details on it too. Okay, I actually think this whole thing. Sorry, you couldn't see that. Oh, you can't see that either, sorry. Oh, the lighting's not very bright to show you the difference, but There's a much starker color difference than I think it's really showing you, but whatever. It is what it is. Oh gosh, okay. All right, I might not be able to show you this, but I'm going to attempt to paint. I'm going to attempt to paint the hammer here. So it's so little because it's on his shoulder pad. Let's use the 7th brush. Let's see if I can still. Ooh. Should the lightning bolts be silver too?
Or is it on the hammer?
No, it's on the shoulder pad and the shield.
Yeah, probably. Silver or gold.
Yeah, I kind of want a gold, but I also feel like silver is the vibe for this group. Teeny tiny details here. This is definitely where you like barely touch it. That's true, Deku. That's a good point. I'm going to do it silver to start with, and then I think when it's closer to being done, you know, then I'll analyze, is that what I want the look to be, or do I want it to be gold? Because that would be, I mean, as long as I don't mess it up, that would be easy to, because silver will nicely turn into... you can't see this either. Something I will say about my personal sort of style though too is I don't really consider myself to be that creative. I'm much more like a follow a pattern kind of thing. So if something is like written out in the book that like they use these colors, like then I want to do those colors. I think only once. Actually, I wouldn't. No, my hot sauce guys is not even a deviation. It's just not a. It's just not like a common craft world for my Eldar. I picked an obscure one, and then still, you know, used their color scheme. Here's that Russian guy's name. Vladimir Shmondenko. Okay. Vladimir. Vladimir? I think it's Vladimir. I know you don't know. I'm trying to think back to my Russian class. Like, it's not Ivan, it's Ivan. One day in the life of Ivan Denisovich. And like my Czech friend, whose name was, her last name was Barakova. But I didn't understand accent on letters. And, you know, in English, there aren't any. So anytime her name is printed, they weren't any. And so I said Barakova the first time. And she was like, I'm not Russian, it's Barakova. And I was like, oh, sorry, okay. I think I might, because this is an anvil here. And so if I'm making this anvil silver, then the gold will very much stand out against that a lot more. All right, thanks for looking, Deku. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. I'm sorry. Oh, went all white through there. Okay, maybe just the top of this here. Okay, and then his little rosary, rosette, whatever this is. Paint this. Oh, can you even say I'm sorry? Sort of. You can't tell what it is, but that's all right. It's this here. Sorry. All right. I'm probably going to have to wrap this up soon anyway, because my phone has 24% left on it. That's what the camera is right now. So it's going to die soon, but we made some good progress. B, can I borrow you for a minute to ask your opinion? I'm going to ask about this piece again. So this bit in here, is that supposed to be blue like the armor, or does that go with the belt?
That looks like it goes with the belt.
Yeah.
It should be red.
What?
It should be red. Look, it's a fold. That is part of this. It goes all the way up there.
What? What is part of what?
See this red part here? That's what that's part of. Because the tabard.
So it's part of the cloak, the robes.
Yes.
And so the belt should be red too then? That should be brown like leather.
Probably brown like leather.
It's not really in that photo, but okay.
Make adjustments where you
But so this that has the little grommet things is part of the cloak? Like this is part of this, even though there's like grommet things?
Yes.
okays. I think his halo is supposed to be red too, yeah? Nope, it's silver in here. Well, whichever. Some water down there. It's probably more than I needed, but that's okay. Oh goodness, this is gonna be tight. Oh, now I'm nervous. Oh crap. That's why I'm nervous. Pardon? Let's do what I did before. There we go. Just brush it off with a dry brush. Okay. Alright. Let's do this again. Clean up some edges while I've got the red. Oh, too much liquid there. Some of these angles are just plain not easy. Some of these angles are just plain not easy.
Correct.
It's not quite dry yet either. But let's see what we can do. Now I did it again. Oh, whatever. Get in there. Get that done. Rinse the brush off. Get my long one. And there we go. Sorry. This here I got some red paint on it, so I'm just taking this dry brush and basically taking it off. Okay. Where to put it? Over here. Alright, just a little more of the silver. Need a bit of water. That might have been a lot of bit of water. Oh, I can't see. Try to paint his halo now. You can't see past that much. You can see that. There we go. There we go. The boiler's about to turn on, so it might be loud. Yep, it definitely is. And then actually, I think the top of this is also supposed to be silver, which means I do think I'll end up putting that, making some of these accents gold just so they stick out more. Which means I think his shoulder pads too, huh? Yeah. All right. Can't see. There we go. Holy cannoli. Sorry, everybody. That's definitely what you get when you work in the basement. All right. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna paint his shoulder pads, and then I think I'll be done for the day. Let's see if I can do this well and make
Color
sure.
of the shoulder pad.
Well, sorry, the border of the shoulder pads is silver also. The shoulder pad itself, I guess, is white. Again, I'm sorry about the boiler. It was 60 and 70 degrees here the other day. Ooh, that sounds weird. And today, though, it was like 40, like 50 degrees at the most. So it's still cold here, so our furnace still has to run to keep us warm. Oh, you can't see. Why? Why do you want to be a mod for a second? Is there something you need me to do? Oh, there we go. Boiler turned off again. So hopefully not deafening you now. That's not part of the gorget.
Okay.
Oh, do I have bot lurkers? I don't... Yes, not great fan, thank you. Yeah, there's always been a couple of ones in there. Moobot, I don't even have Moobot. Interesting. Oh yeah, I see. Well, they're not giving me views, I guess, so. But alright, I did the shoulder pads. They are pretty good. They're not perfect just yet, but it was a good first start. Oh, it doesn't help to ban them? Okay. Well, have fun, Deku. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. All right. That is good where it is. And let's see. My phone's at 17%, so that's a good time for me to stop anyway. And we gotta go get some dinner. So here's the guy. Let's move this wet palette out of the way a little bit. So here's my guy. Let me zoom out just a slight bit. Oh, keep going. There we go. That's good enough. So here's my guy at the moment. This will be a slightly darker red. But I really love this pose too, by the way. Botfin signing off. Thanks, Grayfin. Take care. Nice shield in the back. I definitely have to touch that up again, but all right. So yeah, this is what my Stormcast looks like so far. So that's good. I'm sure I will stream the next bit of him too, but thank you everybody. Appreciate it for stopping by. Have a great day. Happy Sunday. And we'll catch everybody later. Bye-bye.